When I first started here 26 years ago, there was a very small program here at Cooley Dickinson for parents and families who had experienced a loss. And when Carol McMurrick had her loss of Charlotte, she brought with her to our unit a new era, so to speak, of information and pamphlets and knowledge and energy, which expanded just the whole, it kind of exploded on our unit. And it's wonderful.
Empty Arms was started 4 years ago at Cooley Dickinson. It was a program that I had always had in the back of my mind that I wanted to start. 8 years ago, at the same hospital, I delivered my first child, a little girl named Charlotte, and she passed away during the delivery due to an umbilical cord accident. And when that tragedy struck my family, there were some resources about 40 minutes to the south, but in the community that I lived in, the Northampton community, there was nothing. And the isolation that I felt was very significant. I knew people were out there. I knew that 1 in 4 people who becomes pregnant does not bring a baby home, whether that's from early miscarriage, late miscarriage, infant loss, stillbirth. And I yearned for a way to bring that community together. Yeah. Working with the staff at Cooley Dickinson has been a really overwhelmingly positive experience. The nurses have been in the childbirth center have been very receptive and very wonderful about all of the new things that we've brought in. We've been able to adapt a lot of worksheets that go home with families, or checklists that nurses use to adapt them for loss situations, to make sure that all of the things that are important for bereaved families to hear and all the things that are important for them to receive are going to be happening. So there's been great collaboration around that. Not only are we supporting the families who've already experienced losses, but we are trying to make sure that people who are working in the field of birthing families have the training that they need to be able to give compassionate care to families who have had losses. It's not something that, surprisingly, despite the fact that there are so many losses, a lot of people really don't have a lot of training in this area, and one can understand how awkward and uncomfortable it can feel to be supporting someone who's going through such a tragedy.
It is very emotional for nurses as well. As nurses, we're taught as professionals to basically listen and to comfort and to care for our patients.
So we have brought in, a couple of times, we have brought in the leader of the biggest national pregnancy and infant loss organization, SHARE, and we are a member of SHARE, has come and done a training. Both times we have had over 100 people from around the community come and attend the training for continuing education credit and at very little cost to them. It's a service that we want to provide. We want to really encourage people to come. And the feedback has been phenomenal from that. People have really felt like it is an incredible benefit to them professionally to be able to have more extensive training in that area. And it has also really helped to increase our relationships with local providers who now see this as a resource for them when people that are their patients have losses.
And it has been wonderful. It has brought the community, I think, closer together because it extends an outreach to them, and it's also brought a knowledge base of new information to our nurses throughout the hospital as well as throughout other hospitals and other modalities, facilities.
As we continue to provide more resources and better experiences, and as people just feel more skilled, a lot of this can be about confidence, about people feeling like they know what they're doing in a situation. And with something like this, where there often isn't the opportunity for people to be formally trained, and some of it does come through experience, I really feel like a lot of the nurses just feel more confident with the types of things that they know that they can offer to families that are going to make a really positive impact on a really negative experience. That can actually lead families to leave the hospital incredibly brokenhearted, but feeling like their experience was positive. which is almost hard to wrap your head around, but it's very true that families really do feel like this was a positive experience. Even though the most terrible thing has happened to me, the experience is a memory that I'll always have to cherish. And that's a lot of what we do, is it's making memories. This is what these families have, very few memories to form their whole grief around. And that's what we're giving them. We're giving them things and memories that they can grieve. Our walk that we have, we call it Children in Our Hearts. For any person who has experienced pregnancy or infant loss, and any person who wishes to be supportive of people who have had that experience. And it is a statement where we're saying, here we are. This is something real that happens to people. And we have been through this, and we are strong, and we're proud, and we're together, and we have t-shirts, so people look, they look the same, and we have people have balloons with their baby's names written on them. And it's an amazing opportunity for people to feel proud of the baby that is not in their arms. The Empty Arms group strives to provide not just a support group, but also a real network in the community. So if there is somebody who has suffered a loss and they're not interested in attending a support group, myself or other people are available to speak with them. And because we really are a community resource, we're reaching out not just to the Cooley Dickinson community, but to anyone. This is an amazing resource that has benefited so many people outside of the very intimate community of Cooley Dickinson.
Other moms who have had fetal losses will get together with Carol as a facilitator and talk about their emotions and the things that are going on with their families. And I have received wonderful feedback from these moms that it's very, very supportive to them and helpful to them to help them through a period that is just so agonizing for them. I'd like to say that I think Carol McMurrick is just phenomenal. I can't thank her enough for all of the work that she has done in Charlotte's name, and I am so pleased to find that your volunteer office has received this award, and I congratulate you for that. I think it's just absolutely wonderful.
I do put a lot of time into the program, and it's incredible for me. It's so satisfying. So it's kind of like being a mom to Charlotte. It's this unpaid, just incredible work that I do, and receiving this award is really super because no one's ever given me a Mom of the Year award that's official, but this is kind of like the Mom of the Year award for Charlotte. So it's really wonderful.